Hey guys, welcome back to Stitching Up Trouble with Heidi and
Mary. Hi, Heidi.
Mary.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I am good.
It
We
has been a
are,
long time.
it has been a long time. We are almost through the holidays. We
Yeah.
are recording this on the 30th of December. So we have
Uh-huh.
New Year's coming up shortly, but
Yeah.
we've kind of taken a break over the Christmas holiday. So
That last retreat just broke me.
it was a lot, wasn't it?
Well, it was a long 2 weeks after a very long travel schedule. So
Yeah.
I came back and I checked out. Like I haven't talked to anybody. If they want to talk to me, it's hard to get a hold of me. I'm like totally in my little cave hiding from everybody and anything. So,
It's all
but
right. Sometimes you have to do that. You have to hibernate a little
yeah.
bit,
I have
recharge
to
and
totally
refresh.
recharge my batteries because it starts on February 4th, and it is nonstop for me until June 1st. It's
Wow.
like bang, 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 trip, trip, trip,
Yeah.
trip, trip. So
Yeah.
some are really fun, some are not. But
Yeah.
so
So
yeah, so it's been
mine
a few weeks.
It has. So my busy time starts tomorrow,
Yeah.
traveling a little bit for New Year's, and then I will be at back-to-back kind of business development, I guess, retreats in
Mm.
Florida after that. Um, and then I get back from that and I go on a trip to France with Adam for 10 days.
Nice.
And I get back from that and I host a stripology retreat here that I'm teaching.
Nice. Okay.
And then it's the 4th, and you get here on the 4th,
Yeah. It's a quick
and
turnaround.
yeah,
And
and
there
my
are still spots in the
there
February
are.
retreat. If anybody wants to come, it's a little smaller group this time. Usually the first one of the year is a little bit smaller, so if you're looking for more of a quaint retreat, this is the one to come join us.
A little more, intimate, one-on-one, kinda smaller group. This is a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you're hitting the road. You're gone like all of January,
Yeah,
and then I'm still here all of January, but I have everything for me starting in February requires kits and fabric and prep,
yeah,
and all of that has to be done in January for February, March, April, and May. So,
that's a lot.
yeah, yeah, it is, but we're getting there. I did my annual tear my studio apart. I think that's like a mental process for me. I have to do that.
Yeah,
And if I don't
yeah,
do it, I'm a hot mess for a whole year.
yeah. That explains 25.
Oh, it explains 24 and 25 because I haven't done it in 3 years.
Yeah,
And this is someone
yeah.
who's done it yearly for most of her adult life. And so
So
it showed.
refresh what the studio reset means for you. Like, what are
Well,
you doing?
first, it usually, to back up a little bit, throughout the year, as I'm traveling here, there, and everywhere, I collect stuff like any other person. But at the same time, I have clients who are sending me boxes of stuff. And I don't like clutter, so it gets squirreled away anywhere you can't see it. So it's literally like a tree full of chestnuts and I have or nuts. And I have no idea where anything is because I've squirreled it all away. So the reset is usually each year I go through the studio, I tear it down, any system that's not working like organizationally wise, like I don't have a place for this or it doesn't have a home or a system to keep things organized, that's what I usually address. Well, in this case, nothing had a home because my life has changed so drastically in 2 years. We went from doing mainly quilts and patterns to now doing marketing and social media. I've gone from quilting and then expanded into embroidery and sashiko and punch needle. All that stuff needs a home, and I'm constantly creating kits for it and projects, so all those pieces and parts need homes. So it was getting a bit chaotic around here. And as I was going through, I also go through all my projects, my own personal projects. Was Mary adopted one. She got one.
I'm so excited about it too.
I did a good job on month 1 through 9, but I'm never going to finish it. And that was a pandemic project. That was the other thing I found in here. It's kind of like excavating. 'Cause first I found all the things that I had time to do during the pandemic that since life has gone back to full speed, I haven't touched. Block of the months or subscription boxes, or I got into painting again and drawing and I had supplies for all that. So there was that whole layer. Then there was the whole, losing your parents and you get all their stuff in there. And so you have to go through that. And then the shift in the business itself, there was that whole layer. So it really was like, I can clear this out. Oh, I need to make room for this. So that's a lot of
Right.
it is just trying
That
to.
yeah.
So
That
I
does
learned a lot.
yeah. That sounds like a lot to do in the matter of a couple of weeks. So,
It's
it
physically exhausting, but it's mentally exhausting, and
right.
that's what I would tell anybody going through their sewing room is to even if you're, like, younger and you're like, "I can do it, I can clean out my studio," it's a mental exhaustion of, "Do I keep? Do I give away? Do I sell? Do I keep? Do I give away? Do I sell?" You're constantly making decisions through the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
process,
And
so
decision fatigue is a real thing.
it
Like,
is
the
a real
first time I heard that, I thought, "Oh, haha, that's a clever
Mhm.
little saying," but that's a real thing. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
just, "Okay, I here's a
What do I do?
thing. What do I
Yeah,
do with it? Okay, I'm gonna keep it. Where am I gonna keep it? How am I gonna keep it? Am I gonna put it in a bin? Am I gonna put it on a shelf? Am I gonna, you know, cut it up into usable pieces already?" Like, there's so many things. So,
and
it's really
every item has to have that kind of a decision. Some are easy, some are
yeah,
hard. I've taken 5 trips to Goodwill with carloads.
wow.
I have a full carload to go to the art thrift store. We have an art thrift store here that is open to teachers, and teachers come in and everything is free for them. And then if I go in off the street, I just give a donation for whatever I pick up. So I have gone through fabric, beading and jewelry supplies, origami supplies, sketchbooks, general crafts, electronics. Oh my God. Cords. Every item we get a cord.
Yeah, yeah. And then
Oh,
every item you get rid of, the cord somehow sticks around.
correct. Or
And then you
boxes,
lose
those
then
electronics.
yeah, then you lose the cord, then you buy a cord, and then you find the lost cord, and then you still have the new cord. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
So so I know I could go like into a deep dive of like all
Yeah,
the different things
yeah,
I discovered, like, the way I like to organize things that keeps it organized for me. I've learned that I like clear containers. I do not like if I can't see what's in it, I find that frustrating. I also found out I am a labeler. I have so much stuff that I labeled every single drawer, every single box, everything I did because there's so much in here I don't always know how to find it. So, I did a lot of that, and, I was really pretty ruthless about keeping what I was keeping and what I was if I couldn't find a home and I'm like, "If I haven't touched it in 5 years, it's going. It
yeah.
goes away," you know? So, there's a art thrift store and a Goodwill that people are just gonna
That's that's
yeah,
incredible. That takes a lot of
energy.
personal fortitude and energy to get rid of some of these things that you've been hanging on to for so long. So I have a couple of questions, okay? So one of the podcasts and YouTube things that I like to watch is Cass from Clutterbug.
Yes, and
And
I started watching her.
did you? Okay, so she has the 4 different organizing styles.
Mhm,
And I don't remember what the 4 different bugs are. There's a
mhm.
ladybug and a cricket and a butterfly and a bee. I don't remember which is which. But
Yeah.
basically it comes down to visual, detailed organizer, visual macro organizer, hidden
Mhm,
micro and hidden macro organizer.
mhm.
So like if you're a macro organizer, like all of your beads are going to go in one bin and you're going to like
Dig.
the bead bin. If you're a micro organizer, it's going to be done by size and by color and probably quality of the
Mhm.
beads
Yeah.
as you organize it. So, which one would you say you are?
Which one do you think I am?
I think
This is
but
someone who's never been in my studio, so
never been in your studio. I just know you like by just I think you want to be a visual micro organizer, but you're actually a visual macro. Like,
I'm actually a visual micro.
really?
Yep.
Oh,
Everything has a home. The beads are organized by type. Like you said,
nice.
they're in their own container. Each one is labeled. If I need to go grab seed beads, I know where my number 11 seed beads are.
Mhm.
Same thing, like, I've gotten a ton of leather tools and a
Okay.
ton of leather things. So, like, even
Okay.
that, I created, like, trays. I have the Calyx cabinets with the doors. Well, I found out the 12 by 12 clear trays from Michaels or Amazon. You could stack them in there and label the ends. So I have all the tools organized by tray. So, like, if I'm like, oh, because I don't know what half the tools are. So, like, if I need a skeever, which sounds like a weird tool, it's labeled. I know where to go get it because for
Okay.
me, time is money. And
Yeah.
if I spend time looking for stuff, I'm wasting money basically. So that was what was making me crazy is I didn't have those systems, you
Gotcha.
know? So yeah, I'm a micro visual. Is
Okay.
that right? Yeah, visual. So
I'll have to look up and see which bug that is, but
I don't
I
think it's
am
a B. I just heard her talking about the B. I don't think I was the B. So I just started watching her stuff.
yeah. Yeah.
'Cause I
So
I blew through all the ones on the Space Maker.
nice. So I am definitely a macro
Mhm.
organizer.
Yeah.
Absolutely macro. And I waffle between visual and hidden.
Now, if I were to guess, I would think you would function better as a macro visual organizer.
Yeah.
I would guess if it's out
Yeah.
of sight, out of mind kinda thing.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. But I also get overwhelmed with a lot of visual clutter.
Yep.
So, like, every once in a while, I just have to stop what I'm doing and just, like, get a box or a bin or whatever and just hide stuff in it and just, like
Well, that's what the one that I watch, the Space Maker, she calls it calming the chaos. Right. And I'm the same way, like, I cannot you cannot see all those tools. They're all in a Calyx cabinet with a door that's all calm and white and makes me feel good. But if I open the door, everything is in there labeled. And I've learned that about myself. I've learned I cannot take the chaos and the clutter, but I also need to have it so I open a door and can visually see what I have. So that's what you got to learn is like how do you function better in your space? Are you a chaos person? Like Matthew's a pile person. He loves piles. He's always got piles.
I always
I
have
can't
files, I don't like them though.
I can't handle piles. Piles
Yeah.
make me crazy. So, I end up picking up and that's where I start shoving things like you, shove it in a
Right,
box, but then you
right,
someday you gotta deal with that box.
right, right.
So my
So
whole thought is to not have the box.
right, right, and that's really impressive that you took this time and dug out those boxes. So,
Mhm,
a term that I learned is a doom box,
mhm. Yep,
and
I've
it
heard that
stands
term.
for didn't organize, only moved.
Mhm.
So you just
I have a whole room of that to deal with.
yeah,
Like, I'm
just
not kidding, floor to ceiling room to deal with.
yeah. So, I'm really bad at doing that, like, especially if I'm at a retreat up at the lodge and it's time for me to go, I just, like, throw everything in my little tote and whatever, and then I have no idea where anything is. So, I am really bad at that.
And I have to
So
do that a lot of times at lectures.
right,
Lectures are notorious. Like, I walk into that lecture, I am so organized, I know where everything is, and then usually at the end of the lecture, they give you 10 minutes to get out. So you're scooping it all into the boxes. But I've made it a requirement for myself, especially like I have a bag that has all the tools in it that I could break open to show people how to use the tools. My rule, and same thing actually with my travel stuff. I come back from a trip, I have to go through that, replenish it before it gets put away. Just like my shower. bag, my toiletry bag. That's the word I want. I brought it back from Georgia. It hung in the bathroom for like a week because I knew I needed to fill the shampoo bottles. I knew I needed to replenish some of the stuff, but it will not get put away until I replenish it. Because otherwise, right before a trip, I'm running around like a monkey, you know, and
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, do I have everything in there? But because I created that rule for myself and I'm faithful, the only person I hurt by not doing that rule is myself. But because I made that rule, every time I go for a trip, I can just grab that bag and throw it in the suitcase. And it's a lot easier to refill the toiletries when you get back, even though nobody wants to do it. But it's calmer. You're not
Right.
trying to go on a trip.
Right. Yeah.
So I have to kind of like play those games with myself. And I'm not saying anyone else has to, but for me to stay sane and to be able to function, I have to put these rules in place and I have to follow them. So, which is not fun. Now I sound like a
Well, but like you said, the only one who's hurt by not doing it is you.
Mhm.
And you've actually found that it's very beneficial over the years. And
Mhm.
like it would be something that I would probably benefit from because I do have opportunities to travel like at the drop of a
Yeah.
hat. And, it's just good to be able to have things ready to just go and do it.
And that's kinda what the whole organizational thing is
Mhm.
it's creating systems that calm the chaos in my life because I already have enough stress from travel, from work. I love my job, but there are things about it. And if there's things I can do that I don't have to think about, it just is automatic. And it took me a while to get automatic, but even like my carry-on suitcase, my little carry-on suitcase, when I pull it out, my backpack is packed in there. I have a whole cord bag packed. Nothing comes out of that cord bag at home, it only comes out at hotels, so I always know I have what I need, and it's all in that carry-on bag, and then when I go to pack, I pull everything out, and I only put back, like, what I'm gonna need on that trip, but I don't have to go find a cord, and it requires buying duplicates of stuff, but it's kinda like having a quilt and go bag, you have
Well,
all your duplicates there.
if you don't do that, I end up buying duplicates anyway because I've forgotten a cord. Right. And you've got to buy them at the airport or whatever, or
Oh,
the
yeah.
cheaper one at the gas station, and it ends
Yep,
up costing you more
and then the
money.
cheapy one is the one that sticks around.
Right.
You may never find the $20 one, but that $3 piece of
Yeah.
crap, it
Yeah.
pops up all the time.
So speaking of the cheapo versus the expensive, so
Mhm,
do you remember when we were at H&H
mhm.
and I had my phone cord plugged in and it was obnoxious because it
Yeah,
was
yeah, it
light
had
up
all the lights and
and it
everything.
changed colors and whatever?
My sister has one of those too. She loves her cord because she can never lose it, but
Well,
holy
I lost
macaroni.
mine. I lost mine.
Oh,
And
no.
guess where it turned up?
Where?
Adam's briefcase. I didn't lose it, he stole it from me. And I knew it was mine because it was the obnoxious one that I had.
Why
Like,
did he
ugh,
take it?
because he takes all my cords. Oh my gosh. So I
God, there's these Dollar Tree little Velcro things it's like a Velcro cord wrap, but it has a little piece of paper stuck on it like a
yeah,
flag. But
yeah,
Marys, do not touch.
but that will not help. That will not help at all. I've known him for 37 years now. That will not help, but it's okay.
So, when's his birthday?
June.
Okay. Just for Valentine's Day, get on Amazon, get a cable cord organizing bag, put the cords in it, and give it to him as a gift and say, "Here you go. This can stay in your briefcase. It has everything you want." And while you're doing it, do one for yourself.
That's smart. I like it.
I
I
did
like
it
it.
so much we sent one to our friend. He was very organized and he had all his cords wrapped and labeled in a
Mm,
Ziploc bag. And he had to shuffle
nice.
around and I'm like,
Right.
"Dude, I know exactly what you want." And I
Yeah.
mailed him one.
Yeah. Yeah. So I listened to another podcast. It's called The Lazy Genius.
Yeah, you talked about that one. I haven't
Yeah.
listened to that one yet.
Yeah. She's really good. She's not only just like organizing, she's like, here's how to make your life run better. So
Is she on YouTube too, or just
I'm not sure. I listened to her in the car. So she might be. Her name is Kendra Adachi.
let's see. I'm going to her website while we talk.
All right. So a couple of things that you mentioned go along with like how she runs her life or like the things that she has. So she has lazy genius principles.
Mhm.
And one of the things that she says is to decide once. So, um, like if she's going to her latest one of her latest ones was she's going to holiday parties and they're potluck. So what is she going to bring? Okay. So this season the dish that I'm going to go to is this appetizer that a lot of people really like. It's easy to make, it travels well, whatever. This is the dish I'm going to bring for holiday potlucks. So she decides once, so every time she's invited to a dinner or
Yep.
whatever, she
Yep.
doesn't have to go, all right, now what should I make? Now what should I, da, 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 whatever. So it simplifies things. And then another one that she has is the magic question is, what can I do today to make things easier for myself tomorrow?
Mhm.
So your little go bag and you're having your bundle of cords and your rule to refill your toiletries
Toiletries.
before you put things back is like prime examples of those two things. Like you have decided this does not go away until I refill them, but then you also refill and it's easier for you when you travel. So like you're so on the right track. You're a
Well,
genius.
it's I like saying I'm helping my future self. I don't
Exactly.
know who that future self is, but I'm helping her do this. But I
Exactly.
also like a lot of this comes from doing lectures and workshops. 'Cause you've seen me there. It's like I do not ever want to be the one in front of the class not prepared. But there's also like there's a lot to what the lazy genius is saying, and that's something I want to implement in 2026 is I want to have a checklist of products for each lecture I do. Every time I do a lecture, I do scramble and I'm like, what do I sell in the pop-up store? What do I need for the class? What do I every single time? And that's ridiculous. I have 6 lectures and 10 workshops. If I had a checklist for each one, a month before I pull up the checklist, I know what I need to check on. And that's the other thing, like our inventory is very, very loosey goosey. It's sort of all thrown in these little white bins that you see up here. And they're in bags in the bins, but it's really hard to know what I've got, and it's just a mess, which unfortunately means that's tomorrow's problem because I have to do inventory for 2025, and I'm like, "Okay, when I do inventory, we are gonna come up with a better system." Same thing like our Christmas tree, we gotta take it down. This is the year. Anything we have, like, 3, 4 bins of Christmas. Every year I pull out 1 bin. Why do I need the other 3 bins? And and it's just it is kind of freeing to let the stuff go, and my mom was always like, "Oh, like, that's worth something. We spent money on that." And that is hard. There were some things that I was sitting on and hanging on to because I spent money on it, but I haven't touched it in 5 years, so why not just let
Yeah.
it go and let somebody
Yeah.
else enjoy it? Someone
Yeah.
else is gonna find that and be think it's a treasure at the thrift store, or
Exactly.
maybe a teacher will walk in and she won't have to spend so much of her paycheck because there's a set of markers there for her or
Right.
something.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
there's a lot to it, but there's also I would say anyone who's going to do this, there's a whole mental prep before you start. Like, I start thinking about it October, November.
Right.
What do I wanna change? Where are my stumbling points? What area do if I can only pick one area, what's the most important area? And you have to, like, kinda get yourself mentally prepared because otherwise, if you just jump in and someone says, "Go through your stuff," that's a
Yeah.
lot of pressure.
It is very much a lot of pressure. It is very much a lot of pressure. So I want to circle back around to that, the
Mhm.
preparation and the step by
Yeah.
step and narrowing it down what we're going to because it leads into what we're going to talk about next year. But I wanted to ask you my other question. Have you found something new? Like you talked about your plastic shelves. Like
Mhm.
what's your newest, latest, and greatest organizing tool for your studio? Is it those shelves or is
Well,
it something else?
those I already had.
Okay.
If anybody we have an IKEA, so my entire studio is kitted in IKEA stuff, and the Calyx cabinets, you can buy drawers for them. So I have several banks of drawers. Well, I was at Dollar Tree, and they have a soda can organizer. It's an acrylic soda can organizer for $1.25. In those drawers, you can put 2 side by side. And so I mean, wait,
Nice.
let me grab this. I know not everybody can see this. So I have so many threads for embroidery, for cross stitch, for everything. And I keep them in these little project bags. So I've got this I've got the bags fit perfect. I got it labeled and I have 2 by 2
Nice.
in the drawer. So I have this entire thing, this entire bank of 2, 4, 6, 8 drawers with 16 of these, and all my threads are organized. And so now if I'm like,
Awesome.
"Want DMC 924, do I have it?" I can come over here and
Look at
check.
that.
And if I
Nice.
don't have it, then I get to go buy it. But I kept buying the same colors over and over and over.
Right. Yep.
Now they're all organized, but these little acrylic soda things for a
That's
buck and a
awesome.
quarter, but I put them through all the drawers. So, like, I have them with tools in it, and I have them with
Nice.
my needle stuff in it, and so this was really cheap, but really exciting find because I bought 2 and I went home and I'm like, "Are these gonna work?" And I popped them in and they fit perfect, like they were designed for it. And the Dollar Tree is literally at the plaza next to the house. And I went over I think I bought like 30 of these, so their numbers are gonna be totally skewed. They're gonna be like, "Why did we sell so many of these soda cans?" But it's things like that that, like, really get me excited when it's
Yeah. Yeah.
inexpensive, but
Right.
has now I have a system, a thread system, and I know because especially when you get into needlepoint threads, some of those are 9, $10 a skein. You don't wanna be duplicate buying that stuff, you know?
No.
So, the drawback is I've been home the whole month of December, and I have done 0 crafty stuff.
Yeah.
So
Well, now but you're set up now that
mhm.
when you have 5 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever, it's easy for you to go and pull something out and work on it. So, speaking of DMC, Shannon at the Common Thread in Dahlonega, Georgia,
Hi,
has
Shannon.
she has expanded her DMC offering. She got all the like the metallics and things like that. So I think she has all of them.
Mhm,
So very excited about that. She's been closed for the holidays. She opens up on Saturday
mm,
and she's doing a sneak peek of the classes that she's offering in the first quarter. So
nice.
I will be at the Common Thread on Saturday talking about the classes that I'm going to be teaching there. So it's
Well,
exciting. So
then
I
now
know,
you're gonna have to get a Calyx cabinet, a bunch of soda can thingies, and start your DSC collection.
well,
Organize. You already have it.
I don't have them in baggies. I have them on floss drops,
Okay. Well, that's what
and
these yeah, these are on floss drops, but I dropped them in a baggie so they don't just get all loose.
right. So mine are all on the 2-inch, like, binder rings, whatever
Oh,
those
yeah,
are
yeah.
called, and I have them hung on the back of my closet door in my
Nice.
studio,
Okay.
and they're
Color.
organized by number, but they're all hanging on the hook.
Oh,
So,
nice. So you can go in and easily find them.
yes. Yep, yep.
See, you're a closet micro visual organizer.
I
I
I
think if you had more
try to
time,
be.
you would be.
I think so, like, yeah. I mean, but I'm very scattered and all over the place, so I had help putting those together. So and, like, my fabric being wrapped on the boards, that was a
Which I
COVID
am now
project,
starting.
and I can see it above your shoulder there. It looks great, but that was mainly a COVID project, like, very meditative for me, like, very, like, repetitive and soothing and all of that, and so I like the visual of seeing it, but if there's too much, then it's overwhelming. So
That's what I'm finding. Like, I'm taking it out of bins and putting them on cards.
mhm,
And I was just, this isn't where they're going to live. They're actually going to live on this over here because I work for different fabric companies, so I can't have, I either have to have branded fabric or no fabric. So I'm putting them on a wall where I can enjoy them, but I couldn't do it by collection. Like, I don't have a lot of collections, first off. I have mostly basics, and I have a very small stash because I buy it by the bolt, so why do I need a yard of it? But I am gonna do it in rainbow color, in rainbow order.
Yes.
So, you can
Yeah.
see, like, the greens are there, the blues, the
Okay.
purples,
Yep.
but I had to this morning is the first chance I had to actually empty those shelves and get
Right.
them ready to have
Yes.
fabric put up, so,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do behind me yet. As you can see, it's just a hot mess right now. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do
To
to
send you a
stay away.
framed picture of me so you can put it back there, so I can be smiling over your shoulder all the time.
My little angel or my little devil.
There you go.
So what are you gonna do for now, do you do a reset usually, or are you just so crazy at the holidays it's not something that happens?
I go crazy at the holidays.
Mhm.
January is going to be crazy for me. I am planning on doing somewhat of like an electronic reset. I'm going to have a couple of days basically in a hotel room and I'm going to sew some, but I'm going to review like some of my website content and things like that. So it'll be an electronic reset. Dana will be with me. So I'm hoping to get her help a little bit on like getting things uploaded and like all of that kind of stuff. So it'll be a little bit of an electronic reset. And then my
Which
plan
I
is,
desperately need to do, but I visually need my space calm before I can sit down and
yeah,
do something like
yeah.
that.
And I wouldn't do that if I was at home,
Right. It's hard to do it at home.
but I'll be in a hotel room and hopefully stationary for a while. And I think that'll be helpful to do. Um, so I think that I will not be able to do a full on reset like you do. That is not how my brain works. I get very overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed.
Things
Yeah.
get pulled out and then they stay out and I'm like, forget this. I'm done and I move on and then it's worse.
So here's a tip. Only make a list of written list of all the different areas.
Mhm.
And then once a week, tackle one,
Correct. Yep. So
you
that
know,
is more of my plan of what I'm going to do for 26, which brings us to what I wanted to talk about and what our plans are for the podcast, for at least partial plans for the podcast for 26. So, like Heidi
but
said,
now if we give them plans, they're all gonna know how scattered you and I are when we don't stay on course.
well, I mean, I think that's one of like my endearing qualities is that I'm scattered.
Well,
And
I'm not saying just you though. I'm throwing myself in that same bus. So
that gives everybody else permission to be who they are too.
true. True.
This is the real us. I'm not, you know, I am kind of only letting you see kind of the organized spot behind me,
I'm letting you see the total chaos behind
but
me.
that's all right, I'm going to get gutsy. Here's
Still looks pretty.
that part looks pretty. That's more the storage.
Yeah.
And then if you go this way, you
Oh, there's
start
a little chaos.
you start to get the chaos
Just a little.
a little bit.
Yeah. It looks like a creative environment.
There you go. So, what our plan is for 26, it won't be all of the podcasts. We're still going to have just our fun,
But
casual
we have
kind of catch up and talking and things like that. But we want our listeners and our followers to have some benefit from listening to us. And we're going to kind of walk each other through and challenge each other and maybe be a bit accountable to each other and you guys. At least once a month, we are going to dedicate part of a podcast to a different area in your sewing room or your craft room or your home to help go through some of the things and give you some ideas and tips and encouragement in organizing and decluttering your space. So
we can all be declutter buddies.
we can. And so we'll cover things like, I actually wrote down a list.
See, Mary always comes prepared. I show up and I fly by the seat of my pants.
So we're going to cover things like how to organize your patterns, how to decide if you're going to keep your patterns or not, what to do with fabric, thread, scraps, works in progress, finished projects. What do you do with all the things that you have finished?
I ran into that too.
So, which is why I ended up with 3 boxes of quilts from Heidi last year.
You may be getting more.
So, I'm good with that. And then, you know, most quilters have other hobbies as well. So, we're going to go through some of those other supplies. Heidi mentioned the needlepoint and all the different flosses and stuff that she has. So, we are going to start out after the first of the year with a little bit of content on organizing, clearing some things out, paring things down, and then my plan for the mid-year is to have a challenge for all of us, and hopefully it'll be interactive and
I'm done.
helpful and a lot of fun. So stay tuned. That's kind of what we have planned.
Yeah. So this is a good place for comments. If there is
Yeah.
a certain thing that you're dealing with, is there a certain area in your, do you have a sewing room? Okay. Even a closet with your sewing machine is a sewing space. Like, what kind of tips would you want? Because let me tell you, if I wasn't a quilt designer, I'd be an organizer. I love it. So tell me where you need some help. And between Mary and I'm sure we can figure it out. I have bought every kind of organizing container you can imagine. Matthew can attest to that because he sees them come and he sees them go.
Yep. Yep.
But leave
Yeah.
us a comment. Let us know what you think of this idea. And if you have certain areas or certain products that you just don't know what to do with, then
Yeah. And let us know what your plans are for 2026. What are your
yeah.
goals for your crafting and your sewing?
Do you
What do
do
you
a
want to
reset?
learn? What do you want to finish? What do you want to get rid of?
Yeah.
Let us know your goals. In our next podcast, that we're going to record after the first of the year, um, I'm going to talk about the word of the year that I had for 2025 and
Okay.
how well that worked out for me. And I'm also going to reveal my word of the year for 2026.
And you'll have to explain what the word of the year is for me.
So the word of the year is, the way I like to do it is I like to pick a word that will encompass multiple areas of my life. And it's like your motto for the year or
Okay.
something that you want to keep in mind and kind of strive for throughout the
I like
year,
your mantra.
your mantra for the year.
Okay.
So,
I don't want you to ruin too much of the
yeah.
podcast.
So one year I did connection, and that was actually 2020. And it was really hard to stay connected as we were all um,
Hiding in our homes.
hiding and social distancing and whatever. But connection to me, when I came up with the word, was I wanted to make sure that I reached out more to my friends and made more friendship connections. I had just started Coosa Mountain and I wanted to make business connections. I wanted to increase my long arming business, and I interpreted connections that way by connecting quilt tops and batting and backing and making more
Yeah.
quilts. And more connections, I wanted to learn how to do some hand embroidery, so doing more connecting that way. So I try to pick a word that kind of encompasses personal, business, health, whatever. So that is something to think about
Okay.
for the next week. I try to make sure it's positive.
Well, that would be a pretty rough year if it's a bad downer.
Well, so but like so I kicked around growth for
Mm,
1 year, and I'm like, I don't really need to grow anymore. So you know, and then like I didn't want to reduce because I didn't want the
mhm.
negative connotation of reducing and getting rid of the good stuff. So I really put a lot of thought into my word of the year, and 2025 was very interesting. So
All right.
I'm excited to pick 26. So that's one of the things we're going to talk about in our next podcast. And I just
Way to leave them on a cliffhanger.
absolutely,
Well, I think that sounds good. And then you and I'll get together and we'll have a better plan for people too as to what's coming. I think I mean, the organizing, I could talk about that day and night, but I also think we could come up with um, some other things we did last year. I want everyone to notice in the title though that this is season 2, episode 1.
ooh, we're
'Cause it's
doing
gonna go
season
up on Friday, which is 2026.
2026. So
Yeah.
our season is going to be a year long, right?
I think that made the most sense to my little brain. I was like, "Okay, we can s and then we can see year over year," you know?
There
Obviously,
you
we
go.
started late, but we got 30 pods in last year.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
Like
and a
we talked
52
about it.
week year.
Yeah, we talked about it in February. Hey, this would be fun to do,
Yep.
and made it
I think
happen. So,
I think we started in March or April, so we
mhm,
missed about 16 weeks, so that gets us to 46, so we only missed a couple weeks through that whole year, which is a accomplishment for the 2 of us.
yes. If you all knew how many times we rescheduled this podcast recording that we're doing right now, like you'd be very impressed that we got anything done this year at all.
I think it's important to both of us, so therefore, even if
It
we
is.
miss it, we get it, but I also think that I mean, it wasn't the retreat, but I think it was just the year end, there was so much going on, and I came back sick,
Yeah,
and, I think we both just needed to recharge for 2026, I think we're ready.
I am ready for sure. For
So I know
sure.
everyone's gonna hear this after, but I wanna wish everyone a happy New Year's, and thank you for listening to us. We appreciate the support, and
Yeah.
I know we're doing well because I'm starting to get more and more emails about, "Hey, we see your podcast is awesome. Would you like to hire us to help increase your numbers?" I'm like, "I guess we're out there. They found us."
I can't wait until we get the emails of, "Hey, your podcast is awesome. Would you like us to pay you to do it some more?"
I know, I know. Well, I
That
just
would
heard
be awesome.
Netflix is buying up podcasts, paying a lot of money. But the catch is you are not allowed to have it on YouTube. They want their own unique podcasts that are not on YouTube. But you gotta be a really big name, like, really big name. I was like, "Ooh, that'd be nice if they offered it to us," but I'm pretty sure they're not.
We're
I'll let you know if Netflix comes knocking.
all right. I'm happy to take down my YouTube channel for some Netflix money. Absolutely.
Well, my understanding is it's a lot of money.
Okay.
Our little podcast that could, you know.
Yes. You know, you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, we did. And we are doing it on the fringe of 2 businesses that we're both running that are successful and to very time consuming. So, you never know. You will be like, "Hey, you knew us when."
Exactly. All
Uh,
right.
Well, I think that's
Well,
a good place to leave us.
yeah.
It's about a 45-minute podcast. You guys got a little extra because we haven't been around.
Yeah. All right. Well, leave us comments, questions, reach out to Mary at CoosaMountainLodge.com if you want to come to the February retreat with Heidi.
Yeah, I think there's still spots in August and November, though I'm pretty sure November got full very quickly.
November's pretty full, yeah.
Yeah. But don't worry, Mary will always make room for you.
Yeah, even though Heidi
Don't
doesn't
ask
listen to,
me, ask Mary.
yeah, I'm more apt to say yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Happy New Year,
Happy New
and
Year,
we'll see
and
you next time.
we'll see you in 2026.
Yeah, bye.